So a match quarters team, man, you better have some corners that can cover for
That's where
sure.
it starts. That's where
You
it all starts.
definitely
Yes. Yeah.
definitely got to have some cover
That's where it
guys on
all
the corner.
starts. Right.
But your safeties better be better than your average. Safeties are worse corner guy cover guys than corners anyway, right? But they better be better than your average safety in coverage. And I'm just telling you, Al, I'm looking at this Michigan State team, and if they can't get to the quarterback, and they're relying on their corners, to match up with Michigan's outside guys. I like Michigan in that matchup. And then you're relying on safeties to match up with Roman Wilson. I'm just, man, I like those matchups, man.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Roman could have a big day if he gets the coverages he wants. He could be. Remember, we said that because I just don't see anybody that can consistently cover him on most of the stuff he runs. He's got enough variations in his repertoire to, corner routes, crossing routes, digs. I mean, his variations are so you can't play one route. He's good once he catches it at advancing the ball, but that's going to be a matchup you want to keep a close eye on because I don't think Michigan State has a safety that can stay with Roman Wilson. So, and remember too, they do have formations where they can put Ronnie Bell in the slot too, which is
Hmm.
very common position for him because he played it. That's what he played before. So, and he'll be tough to deal with too. So, if you see number 15 and number 12 out there playing nickel on top of those guys, and they're not bad players, but it's just a matter of time, I think, before Michigan wins some of those matchups.
All right, so I'm gonna do sort of a little role playing session like I did. And by the way, folks, we will get to your questions for Al Borges. If you have questions for Al, put them in the comments. I will get as many of them in as possible. All right, so start lining them up now, and I'll go back after the fact. But I asked Vance last week to, all right, man, put your coordinator hat back on, Al. Attack the Michigan State defense. You just watched all the games. I know you did. I know you watched all the games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So give me a game plan. So I know I didn't ask you to do this beforehand because I kind of want you to do it on the spot. Give me
No,
your
it's
plan
no
for
problem.
attacking Michigan State.
I would run at them what we run the best and make them stop it because we're pretty good at what we do. When you're not as good, you got to be more creative. But Michigan can run a dual play at Michigan State and gain yards. Find 4 different ways, 5 different ways to run a dual play. They may be some ways that they've seen before, there may be some they haven't, but put your bodies on their bodies and make them prove they can stop a play that we ran 12 times against Penn State and they couldn't stop. Okay.
Mhm.
And they supposedly had a great run defense. That would be dual would be that's I start with that play because that play gets run more than any of the other plays. I would continue to run your split zones and I would continue to run your horn plays, your pin and pulls, although pin and pulls have not been as prominent against uh, uh, Michigan State. I would test that ground too to see if they can hold up on your tight end. Okay, because if your tight end could set that edge and get that guard and center, and whoever's pulling around, they're going to struggle. The other thing too, I think, just from a run game, again, take your best 3 or 4 plays, disguise them a little bit, and make Michigan State prove they can stop them. In the passing game, it's a smorgasbord. Okay, well, it is, and I'm not just based on what they've done and what
Right.
Michigan's done in terms of the efficiency of Michigan's passing game has been excellent. Their quarterback is throwing high completion percentage for big chunks of yardage. You have receivers that can get those big chunks of yardage. So I would mix in a couple play passes, but basically do what they do. Do what they do and test the coverage ability of the back end, test the pass rush ability of the front end. I would not go, I would not take any drastic measures to try and get too cute. Okay. I would play your game. I mean, Herb Brooks, 1980 hockey team, that's what he was told. Play your game. Play your game. And I think if they play their game and do what they do, they'll win the game. Now, that's not to say, Sam, you still can't mix in a play here and a play there, maybe a flea flicker or a reverse. There's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes they'll fail and sometimes they'll succeed. But having that in your arsenal just makes them more conscious that you'll do those things, and it can slow down the pursuit of the defense, even if it doesn't hit big. So nothing wrong with any of that. And as soon as I know as a play caller, every time you ran a play like that and it didn't work, every fool in the stands was yelling, "Don't get so cute." I've never in my life tried to be cute. You can look at me and tell that's never been much of a goal. But you have to do some of that just as part of your plan.
Mhm.
Don't try and trick them too much, because I don't really think they have to.